guys, it's Bex here, and welcome to another video in my series with Mike Perrine from everydaydetox.org and youtube.com/everydaydetox. But don't go to those links yet because we have a whole video to present to you right now. You are a good friend of BEXLIFE. You come here and you teach us about all things healthy and detox and juicing and all that green stuff that people try to avoid, but now we're just getting into.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's great that way, right?
It's really cool.
It's finally paying off.
And we're answering all of your questions that you've been sending to us over the years. And today we are going to tackle probably the number one question that we get: juicing versus smoothies. What's better? What's the difference? I still haven't figured it out.
They're very different, serve very different purposes, but they're also very similar. Okay. Smoothies is basically blended food. You could either eat some apples and lettuce, or you could blend apples and lettuce. Okay. When you blend food, it's easier to digest because you've done the job that your teeth normally do. Most people don't chew really well. Most people don't chew as well as a blender will break up the food. So when we break up the cellulose of the vegetables or of the fruits, we release all of the juices inside, then your body can pick them up.
You know what's really interesting? Sorry to interrupt, but my girlfriend, Robin Eucalyptus, just did a 21-day chewing challenge, which sounded ridiculous, but it's something that you should really think about. Like, are you actually chewing your food before you just swallow it?
It solves so many problems. They call it Fletcherizing, chewing your food 52 times, 50-something times, by somebody whose last name was Fletcher, and they call it Fletcherizing.
Well, I have kids who steal my food, so I don't have that much time. But I have been chewing better since I took this challenge. But, okay, go ahead.
We get so much more from our food when we do it that way. So blending is a sort of a fast-tracked way to get that way. So that's the benefit of a smoothie. That's it. And when you juice, you remove all of the fiber, so you get the uptake much more quickly. So you can basically just flood your body with nutrients and alkalinity with almost zero effort into having to digest it.
But people have an issue with that. They say when you're removing all of this fiber, that's important for digestion and all of that. And then you're getting the juice, which also comes with all the sugars.
If you're juicing sugars.
Okay.
So that's the thing. You know, if someone's really athletic or something and you want to drink an orange juice or a pure apple juice every now and again, it's no big deal. It's not going to kill anybody. But the daily practice should be cutting those with green juices. So cutting the fruit, enough fruit to make it palatable, make it fun. So
when you're making, let's say you're making the perfect juice, what proportion of it should be greens?
It depends on the person and what time of day it is and things like that.
It's the morning. It's me.
It's the morning. It's you.
It's me. And I don't juice, actually. I just do smoothies, but go ahead.
I would do anywhere from 20 to 50% sugar.
Okay.
The rest green.
Okay, so I'm in good shape.
Yeah,
because that's what I do with my smoothies. It's always at least half greens, at least.
Yeah.
And then I'm adding in the fruit because it tastes better.
Yeah.
And I like it for energy because I don't drink coffee. I don't do the caffeine thing.
And always do that on an empty stomach. If you drink sweet juice, even if you drink a sugarless juice and put it on top of food, it's probably going to ferment in your belly. That's our whole food combining order of eating thing.
I know. Once you just said that, I know that there's already going to be like 50 questions like, why can't I eat fruit not on an empty stomach?
And
but we have other videos for that.
Here's one little tip though. A lot of people drink sugary juices or eat fruits first thing in the morning for breakfast. They're eating dinner at 10 o'clock at night. They're early risers, and at 5:30, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, their stomach's not even empty, and they're putting stuff on top, and then they're belching all day, and they feel acidic, and they don't feel right, and they say, oh, well, the juice makes me feel sick, but it's not that. You need to be empty to take in fruits and fruit juices.
And how much time would you want to allow for that emptiness?
Overnight, it depends on what time you eat, because if you eat dinner at 10 o'clock, even if 12 hours pass and it's 10 o'clock in the morning, but you've eaten so late at night and your metabolism's really slow, and then you've slept on that food, which is not a good practice to have, your stomach's probably not going to empty, or at least your upper intestines are not going to empty at the way it would if you had a meal at noon and then you tried to juice again at 6. That would be much more rapid, even though it's a shorter window. So overnight, I think that 16 hours is a good way to do it between your last meal and your first juice or meal.
I have so many questions that are popping up in my head right now. I'm gonna let you guys post them in the comments below because this video is about juices versus smoothies, but I want the final verdict. So it's not that one's better?
I think juicing is better.
Ooh.
I do. I think juicing is better. I know people are going to say, oh, but you don't have the fiber, but juice is supplemental. Even though it's all food, juice is supplemental. Juice is magical. What it does to the blood, it activates the bowels. People think you need the fiber to go to the bathroom. It doesn't. You drink 32 ounces of juice, you start to go like that.
That is true.
It's very cleansing, very therapeutic. depending on what you're juicing, of course. And smoothies are just blended food. And you could blend your food, you can eat your food, however you're going to do it, but you're going to do that anyway. You're not losing fiber when you juice because you're going to eat it when you eat.
You want to give me the number one mistake that people are making with their smoothies?
The number one mistake people are making with their smoothies is complicated ingredients. Defeats the purpose of the smoothie. And that has to do with the protein powders and adding the fats and the nuts. I saw a smoothie video. I couldn't believe the video that I saw, this smoothie video. Guy started out with dried blueberries. It ended up with a nut milk, colostrum, all like 6 different powders. Like by the end of it, it was just sludge. And I was just like, what is that? Why do you even drink that?
Yeah.
And I don't want to visit the bathroom after you, my friend.
Yeah, I'm pretty much like a 5-ingredient girl.
Yeah.
It's
fruits
like,
and greens. Fruits and greens, all fruit if you've just been exercising or something, but fruits, greens, maybe green powder. Keep the protein and stuff out. Mix that into a nut milk later at a different time.
Another one down. Another one to go. Stay tuned. Find Mike at everydaydetox.org and youtube.com/everydaydetox, where he has amazing podcasts, a couple featuring me, and I hope that you will please leave your comments below because we have to keep these videos coming. I know there's tons of information that we just can't get to in a few minutes, so see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like this video, share with your friends, and leave your comments and questions below. You can also click on your screen or find the link in the video description to sign up for my newsletter at BEXLIFE.com and get all kinds of free goodies delivered straight to your inbox. I'll see you soon in another BEXLIFE video.